Today we get into Engine DJ's 4.2 firmware update. What's up, my fearless friends? Shayshahn, PhearNone MacPherson, back to you with another Gear and Gadgets, where I like to talk tech, apparel, and gear for DJs, musicians, and artists alike. Today we're getting into a firmware update for Engine DJ OS, and it's bringing a very welcomed feature, which is stems. But we got to get into how these stems are actually being rolled out. Is it fully stems? But first, let's unpack and show how we download Engine DJ. So first I want to talk about Engine Desktop, which is on your computer, and how you arrange your files. And Engine Desktop is going to be very important for the way that Engine is dealing with stems. You should have some great stems using that process. Stems rendering for later playback on Engine DJ devices. So basically, the way they're dealing with stems over at Engine OS is having it be on the desktop arrangement view, and what you have to do is predetermine what songs in your catalog that you want to have stems. That way you can do it ahead of time, and you should have some great stems using that process. So it says here, create stems by adding tracks or playlists to stems list, or right-clicking a track and selecting create stems. So now you'll see a stem selection, kind of like in Serato. Now it's in Engine DJ up in the top left corner when you're looking through your crates. And you just pre-make these stems or songs that you can see yourself wanting to use in the future, and using the stems. It says stems rendering support is added through an in-app download on first use. Once rendered, stems are included when packing tracks with Sync Manager and drag and drop. So basically, your same way that you add songs to your playlist on your standalone deck. Playback stems using a Prime 4 Plus or other Newmark Denon DJ hardware devices will be supported soon. So what's going to happen is it's supposed to be available for the Prime 4 Plus because they promised it. So they have to give it to those people first. What I do like is because you're using it with Engine OS Desktop, you should technically be able to use that with any of the standalone decks, or the more modern ones at least. And I'm really excited to try that on my Prime Go. However, they're not rolling that out until December 11th, I heard, and it's going to be a $10 fee. There's some improvements and fixes. They fixed an issue where force ejecting a drive during song packing could cause Engine DJ to crash. Force ejecting may still result in database corruptions and is not recommended. And of course, additional miscellaneous stability and other improvements. So let's go over to Engine OS on the actual decks. And there's some more stuff here, or more features to talk about. So here's the new features for Engine OS. Playback of 4-part stems available on Denon DJ Prime 4 Plus. And like they said before, other Newmark and Denon DJ hardware devices will be supported in December. Render vocal, melody, bass, drum, stems, and Engine DJ Desktop, which is basically stems. They're just spelling it out for you, what stems are. Pack tracks with stems found in the new stems list or indicated with a stems icon in track list. Stems performance pad mode is accessible by double pressing hot cue pad mode button when a stems track is on deck. Volume normalization option now available for internal audio recordings, which is cool. I've been using those internal audio recordings a lot lately. When you want to maybe show a client how your set is, or just getting clean, recordings. Now that they have normalization, that'll make your recording even better. Added ability to select lossless FLAC quality for beatport, beat source. Improved performance of library search, which is always welcome. They fixed an issue where fetching track info overlay would persist after canceling a streaming provider login. Fixed an issue where shift plus turn encoder for page browsing didn't work after selecting small expanded view button. Fixed an issue where engine profile will appear as logged in after powering off and back on when there is no internet connection available. Beat grid icon is now displayed in the top left corner when in beat grid edit mode. Fix intermittent title login issues. I don't know about those issues, but I'm glad they're fixed. Fix an issue where using tap tempo on the sound switch control 1 could result in a crash. And of course, additional miscellaneous stability and other improvements. So we'll see what it looks like. I don't have my Prime 4 Plus anymore that I reviewed. So I'll be waiting like everybody else, and I'll be paying the $10 like everybody else to see what these stems actually going to look like and how they're going to feel. I saw some preliminary examples of stems on the Prime 4 Plus. One thing that stuck out is that it doesn't really change the waveform when you hit the stems. With Serato and other programs like that, you'll usually see a color shift, just letting you know that something's been taken out of the sound and waveform. They haven't done that, but, in my mind, that's secondary. The main feature that you want is these stems to sound good, especially if you're pre-rendering them. So you expect them to sound really good, and that's why I expect if I'm spending $10 to have that. It does take some of the spontaneousness away. You might hear a song and be like, you might hear a song and want to immediately take out the drums and get creative. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to know what songs you want stemmed out. So I'm really expecting a lot from the stems because you're pre-rendering stems. So like I said before, you want them to be good. Do I think this is a good thing overall? I do, because I already reach for my Prime Go when it's a DJ gig, like in a venue where I'm not spending for more than 3 to 4 hours. It's just easier. My Prime Go is real easy. I got everything lined up in there, and I could just pack it up and go. So the fact that it can have stems is another reason to grab for the Prime Go, unless you're doing a proper DJ set with 5-6 hours all night. Then I'll go lean on Serato. But if I can have stems on my Prime Go, it'll really help me, especially as an instrumentalist that plays over these songs and plays the melodies. It'll allow me to be very creative if I can have it on my Prime Go. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about having stems finally, or a version of stems on all the decks from Denon, or all the modern decks from Denon. Even though you have to preload them and know what songs you want stemmed out ahead of time, do you think it's worth it? And are you willing to pay $10 for it? Because this is the first time they're actually making users pay for a feature. after buying the deck. I think it's going to be good, and I have optimism for Denon decks and Engine OS software. So we're going to have to see. I'm going to come back to this when I download it, I guess the first or second week of December. If you have any other comments, questions, anything you want me to review pertaining to decks or technology and music, make sure you hit me up. Make sure you subscribe and like, because that helps me a lot. Once again, my name is Shayshahn, PhearNone MacPherson. I'll catch you in the next one.